getting product out of the U.S. Mint of all the six major mints maybe has been the most challenging, which is unusual, almost as unusual as to see them come out and acknowledge a global silver shortage, which is something that I would certainly not expect to see coming out of the U.S. Mint. The U.S. Mint said that the demand for silver remains greater than the supply, and that they are going to stop the pre-ordering of their new Morgan silver dollars, and that they used it really as a justification, I guess, as to why they're not able to deliver the way that they're supposed to. And as we had talked about, the U.S. Mint started allocating or rationing gold buffaloes and gold eagles the second week in January. 2021 has been a tough year for the U.S. Mint to keep up with demand. Whether there's something hidden underneath all of this or not, I'll leave that up to people's own speculation. But all I can tell you is that getting product out of the U.S. Mint of all the six major mints maybe has been the most challenging, which is unusual, almost as unusual as to see them come out and acknowledge a global silver shortage, which is something that I would certainly not expect to see coming out of the U.S. Mint. And it follows part and parcel with everything we've talked about for a long time, that the demand is increasing, the supply is not. And I think that this will be a central theme as we move forward, as more and more people wake up to alternatives to traditional investing, as alternatives to a dollar, which it's about this close from hitting support. And I think it's about 0.25% off from its support, and key support level where it had bounced two previous occasions. One was in early 2018, I think, and the other one was early this year in January, where it touches that support level and bounces back. If we can break through that, then the dollar has a lot of room to fall. So I guess when you talk about lately about the interest rates falling back a little bit after surging, when you talk about inflation fears, there are reasons to be looking to precious metals that people are starting to become aware of. And that's when we start to see more and more problems with supply, especially the U.S. Mint, because most people in this country immediately are going to go to U.S. Mint products, with the only caveat to that is that the premiums are so high that I think people are a little bit concerned about buying items that are trading at such a strong premium above the price of gold and silver. The question is it fair value? Is it a good price to pay in an environment where finding price discovery has been so challenging? Not sure how to answer that. And again, because there are other items from different mints trading at better prices. But there are a lot of people who believe that if the U.S. government were ever to confiscate gold again and silver, and some people do believe that U.S. mint products would be immune to that legislation as they are currency of the realm. And there are people that I respect in this industry who believe that as well. So no right or wrong answer to any of this, but simply to say that the U.S. Mint, I guess in a nutshell, has been the model of inefficiency as it pertains to getting product out to the people who want it this year. Any of these really seminal moments that they don't want to broadcast loudly, they'll mention it and they can point back to it. See, the U.S. Mint told you there was a silver shortage and that there was tremendous demand, and that's why they couldn't come up with the product. Whether that's true or not, it seems backwards to me that the silver shortage has driven demand. It would seem that the demand had driven the silver shortage, but whatever, that's neither here nor there. I guess you take away from it that, the top of the food chain is saying, yeah, there's a shortage and that there's massive demand and that we can't keep up. Which, deep down, I kind of feel is disingenuous, but I guess that remains to be seen. And when we are talking about all of these events that keep happening, like asset prices going to the moon and commodity prices at all-time highs and people selling houses at all-time highs and bidding over asking, and all, people are more preoccupied with high prices and high valuations, and they're not taking a step back and realizing what that really means. our currency is losing value precipitously. People haven't realized that yet. I like to use the analogy of a gold coin sitting on the ledge of a bathtub, and the water underneath it is the value of the currency. The gold coin doesn't move. It sits on the ledge. It's what happens to the water underneath it. And you pull the plug on the bathtub and the water starts to drain. Gold isn't getting more expensive. It's the currency underneath it that is losing value. And that's really where we're at right now, where gold is the barometer, the measurement, the measuring stick of the health of the currency. And when you see the amount of money that is being created right now, and the effects that it's having by pushing interest rates low, stabilizing the bond market for as long as they can. I mean, to push the short end right now on the treasuries are on the 2-year treasury are like, 15 or 20 basis points. Who in their right mind would be buying these things with inflation running many times that? So we're getting to that moment. We're about ready to cross that Rubicon where the Fed has no choice but to continue to monetize and buy the back end of the bond and to keep things calm until they no longer are calm. So we can talk about Basel III, and we can talk about big banks buying gold, and we can talk about all of these reasons. But look, the bottom line to me is that the dollar ultimately is in big trouble. And if you look at what's going on right now, Dunnigan, in Asia and China, you're seeing massive amounts of gold being delivered. In the Chinese market, 40.2 tons were delivered to China and another 10 tons to Hong Kong. And now the Russian National Wealth Fund has just been given the go-ahead to buy gold. So you have China and Russia going at it again, accumulating copious amounts of gold. The big money is using this environment to continue to de-dollarize and continue to buy gold and silver. I think you have to take a step back and realize it. And also realize one thing, as we talked about these asset prices going to the moon, people are, for whatever reason, now think because of cryptocurrencies and also irrational equity markets that markets are supposed to go just like that, but it doesn't work that way. Oftentimes I look at gold and silver as the tortoise, not the hare. And the hare is the one that gets noticed, but at the end of the race, the tortoise wins. And, it was very easy to notice that gold had got smacked and had fallen by a couple $100 after the new year. But here we are, the tortoise slid by everyone, and it's already up in positive territory again. Slow, steady accumulation by the big money is slowly starting to push the price up, but they don't want it to gain too much attention.